Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and into this Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, you are very welcome. My name is Raisa and I do videos here on YouTube about life as international students. I just share my experiences while I was a student in Canada. And for now, if you don't know me, I'm not one student, I'm done school, but I just like to, give out some advice or share some of the things I've experienced so that anybody who plans on coming, could use them as a stepping stone, so stuff like that. So if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really do appreciate you for stopping by, and do feel free to hit the subscribe button to join the channel so that we can get to vibe and interact one way or the other. Okay, and thank you so much for those who are OGs, who are always coming back. You are absolutely welcome all the time, and I do appreciate all your support. So in today's video, this video is a highly requested video. I cannot even stress it enough, but we'll be talking about the graduate admissions. And I finally begged for somebody to come and talk about graduate student admission. If you watch my live video on Instagram, I did a live video where I was talking about, where some people asked me about graduate admissions, postgraduate admissions, and I'm like, I did an undergrad. I didn't really have to do graduate program, so I want somebody who has done it to be able to tell you what they had experienced. It might not be the same for everybody, for different schools or universities, but this is one of the perspectives from where you will see from another angle. Okay, so I brought my husband to come and talk about it because he did a graduate program, so it's going to be easier for him to talk about it to you. What I'm going to do is that I'll ask him questions, and if he likes, he can chip in one or two advices for anybody or from his own perspective. So, welcome to my channel, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, what is this sound? You guys, it's hard to do this video. The setup took about 1 hour, and then before having to make him sit down for this video, you guys have to pay me, because at this point, make sure you watch any ad. Don't skip no ad, because that's the only way you can pay me here at this point, because I don't tire. Okay, so let's jump right into this video. I feel like I'm talking too much, but we'll just do it so that we can be done. I can liberate my husband to go away, because at this point, you don't tire. So, can you introduce yourself?
Huh?
Introduce yourself to my people.
I'm sure everybody already knows me.
But they have not heard you talk. Introduce yourself.
My name is Kenneth Ginigem, and I'm Raisa's husband. I went to University of Regina, studied electronic systems engineering from 2017, I believe, to 2019. So pretty much spent about 2 years of my life at the University of Regina.
Perfect. Introduction over. You guys, if you want to know more, don't worry, we'll visit next time. But we move. Sorry for cutting it. Okay, so the first question I'm going to be asking is, now that you were fortunate enough to get admission to the University of Regina, so how was the process for you? How was the application process? Some people say for masters it's hard to get into. How was the procedure? Tell us if you had those same views as other people say, oh, it's hard, you wouldn't get it, or it's going to be a problem to get it. Like, just tell us, let's know.
I believe regarding the master's program, the level of difficulty determines on what type of master's degree you are trying to pursue. I pursued a master's in project-based master's, electronic systems engineering. So pretty much overall, it took me about 3-4 months, which is kind of like the average time from application to admission. So basically, I submitted all my. I definitely, you would have to do your research. Personally, I recommend applying to more than ideally 2 to 3 schools, because waiting 3 months, 4 months, and the only school you apply to rejects you, then you're almost starting the process again. But when you meet the minimum criteria and you apply to more than one school, so if one rejects you, at least you have another one to fall back to. So that's my general.
Okay. So basically, when we're applying for our undergraduate admission, they ask you for, what documents you need to apply. Because for us, we don't use like references. We don't need to get all of that. We, as long as you have your advanced level for us from Cameroon. Nigeria, they have WAEC,
Yeah.
right? And then, so what documents did you use to apply for the master's program? And I think yours was it a course based or a test or
A project based, yes.
project? Before we continue, so I just want to stress or emphasize that if I'm looking here down, I just have the questions that I'm going to ask so that I touch on those questions that you guys have worries about, so that Kene can just trash it, because he's the experienced
Trash.
person. He can answer them.
Dustbin, I'll put it.
Okay, so can you tell us how many master's programs or types of masters we have in Canada? Because I've heard of a couple of some. Can you just tell us so that they can know in case anybody is having that?
So basically, we have three types of master's degree. There's the cost based, there's the project based, and there's the thesis based. So as the name implies, cost based, you just do set of, I think, 8 courses. Project based, you do the 8 courses plus a final project. Then thesis, you do a lesser number of courses, I believe is 5. Then you have your 3 thesis that you have to pursue. So basically, those are the 3 types of courses master's degree we have.
Oh, okay. So there's 3 types. People have heard now 3 types. So course, thesis, and project based. Okay. So what are the documents? Somebody wants to apply for one of these courses. What documents do they need to apply for the master's program? Let's say, for example, especially for University of Regina, because that's where he went to. Of course, he's going to talk about the one that he did. Or
Sure.
if you apply to one or two universities and you want to share, you can also speak on that.
So pretty much, I actually applied to 2 schools, University of Regina and University of Ottawa. I had the opportunity to get admission for 2, as for bad guys.
Thanks. So two universities for a master's program. Me, I tried to apply for one master's program. It don't work.
They select us now.
It don't work. Oh, hey. Well.
Anyways, so first off, you have to the first place to go is what school do you want to go to? There are numerous schools in Canada, so you have to consider province, city, commute,
Okay.
accommodation, all those things. Then once you have all that figured out, then you submit your application online, which is pretty much.
Wait. You just go from, you choose your school, you do this, then you submit your application.
Yeah, because when you're coming for a master's, you already know the course you want to do.
Exactly.
Like if you don't
the
know
reason why I wanted him to say that is because how most people do it is somebody comes and asks me, oh, I want to come to Canada, where do I start?
I'll just ignore the person because
exactly.
it's not serious.
So that's the thing. So you have to, what I'm trying to say is because I want you guys to understand that the first thing you have to do is that you figure out the school, right? Like where you want to go, and then the program you want to study, because you're applying because you already have
I think it's actually the other way around. You have to know the program you want to come. Then the
the program,
yes.
and then the school.
Then the school, then the city probably.
Then the city.
You streamline it. If like I came from masters electronic systems engineering, which is in our Nigeria people call them electrical electronics. So basically I knew that was what I wanted to do for masters. So that helped me determine the schools I wanted to go.
Okay.
I know because not every school has that program. Then not every city you would want to live. Some cities are more expensive. As guy we come on budget, I will not go and school in Toronto.
Absolutely.
So all those things will determine that. But a word of advice, it's always best you do a master's degree in what you studied undergrad. So it shows career progression. Because
exactly, especially for masters.
Because it's difficult to explain. You have a master's you have an undergrad in electrical, then you are pursuing business.
You have to
Yes, it is a good idea, but you should be able to explain it to the visa officer, because that's where usually the challenge is.
Exactly.
So coming back to the original question.
Yeah, we digress. Sorry.
We digressed.
Sorry.
So coming back to the original question. So when I found out the city I wanted to study, I looked at the requirements.
Okay.
For Nigerians, most schools don't require IELTS.
Why is that? Do you know
because
why?
I would say it's because Nigeria is an
English.
English-speaking school country, and
Yeah.
most of we are being taught in English. So at least the basics of English, which is
Yeah.
agreeable.
Yeah. And because even though you say Nigeria, is it some people will still write IELTS, right? If you don't pass English in your WAEC.
No, not for masters though.
Oh, not for masters.
master.
Okay, I guess that was
Okay.
undergraduate.
Yeah, so like you have to look at the requirements. A word of like, as you all know, I don't know if you all know it, at least minimum of 2-1. 2-1, that's second class upper in Nigerian standards. So first class, second class upper. Although I've seen people with 2-2 get admission, but you have to kneel down and pray to your God.
Exactly.
So a miracle would happen. And then your statement of purpose needs to be on point.
So you need a statement of purpose.
Yes.
And then you need to have a 2-1 or 2-2 by God's grace.
Yeah, 2-2 is possible. I've seen it happen.
You have seen it happen. You've seen
I've
some
seen
people
it
with
2-2. But it's always like, that one guy.
Okay.
Or that one babe.
Okay.
It's never
It's
really.
very rare.
It's very rare you see that happen often, but I've seen it happen. Then you submit your application online, which is pretty much straightforward. They'll ask you basic question, your address, your name.
Okay.
What course are you coming in for. After that is when you submit your documentation. So where you submit your WAEC, your undergrad transcript. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
But it could be unofficial at that point.
Okay.
Unofficial is like a transcript you have on your flash drive.
Okay.
You send it to them. However, when they give you admission, it's a conditional offer.
Oh, until you provide
you provide the unofficial one, which comes directly from your school.
Until you provide the official
one,
okay,
which comes from the school, your undergrad school,
directly
to the university.
So that I hope that you guys are getting it. You need your statement of purpose. I don't even know if
you write statement of purpose.
Is it the same as a reference?
No.
Okay.
A statement of purpose is basically a document explaining why you want to study
that program
and
that university,
okay, that city.
Okay.
What do you intend on using that program for? Like a general understanding. Okay, I want to study this. University of Regina is an outstanding university in the city of Saskatchewan. You psych them up, those kind of things that they read.
Tell them that you're from. In fact, you're sure they have read about the whole the university, the province, and you know something about
a little bit about it, even though you've not been there.
Yeah.
You say, like, for me, I say, like, I want to study electronics engineering because I want to use it in the future to help my country, in the power industry.
That sounds like as if you're applying for your visa. You're studying
you're going
and
to
then
do this.
You're doing the statement of purpose for your study.
Because lots of people apply. Like, they get tons of application, especially now that Canada is kind of like, on the spotlight.
Yeah,
so
Canada is, everybody wants to come to Canada.
So you have to make a good case why they should pick you.
Stand out, so
you just gotta stand out.
Don't do rubbish. It's not easy to get. Well, do you believe that it's not easy to get into a master's program? Like, everybody's not easy. You don't even just go for it. People say better apply and come for an undergraduate program than to come for a graduate program. How how do you see that statement? But do you think it makes sense?
A lot of things have changed over the years. Like, when I came, I don't think master's program was, once you meet the basic requirements, you will get in. But now, and with every other thing, once, demand is high, they start cutting, people start, more people apply, so that there are more standout candidates. So a lot of people don't get in. So I wouldn't say it's more difficult,
Okay.
but I'll just say that it has become, yeah, I'll say maybe more difficult.
They
More
have become
difficult.
more stringent.
Yeah,
on
more stringent.
on
You know,
the-
they want, every school wants the
the
best.
program. Yeah.
You know, so when you have maybe 80%, maybe eight, let me not say 80, maybe 20% of the world population wanting to come to a specific country, you know, they will want to pick the best out of those 20%. So it becomes a little bit harder for those who don't make or who don't
Cuts.
stand out.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. So you have to meet the minimum requirements, which there are the documents that Kine has said here. Okay. So that was his procedure, and then he just submitted the application. Was the application fee expensive for you over?
It was. I think it's standard.
Is it $100?
Yeah, it's $100.
for
It's
masters, right? So
$100.
it's
Yeah.
Okay.
Although they might have changed it now. It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
it's been- who knows? No, I think it's still $100.
Inflation don't catch everything.
I think it's the same thing. Anyway, so let's move on to the next one. So how long did it take for you to get your admission after you've submitted?
Pretty
long?
much I'll say 3 months.
Hey!
Yeah, it's
That long? A lot of times, on their websites, trust me, they'll say 4 to 6 weeks.
yeah, but it's always longer.
It's definitely
It's
always
always
longer. Because even now that there's COVID, whatever that was going on, some people said it even took like 5 months and they were still waiting.
Yeah.
So what more of back then when there was no
Yes.
COVID and you know, all of those nonsense.
Yeah,
things.
so it takes 3 months, thereabout.
How were you? Were you like always checking? Because
Yes,
this thing
yeah.
of, oh, let me go and check. Oh, I've gotten the response.
Yeah.
Checking every second to see if there's an update. Right?
I think even that time I lost my job in Nigeria, so that was the only thing I was doing. Like I was praying, hoping.
Hey!
Every minute, every day it's an understatement. You say how many times a day did I check?
Yeah, I know
You
that
know,
feeling.
I checked it every time, so I actually knew when they were updating. I was keeping in touch with the school, calling, you know, and especially the fact that they don't pick up your call, so you probably call like 20-50 times,
Oh, wow.
you know, just to get one person over the phone. So yeah, it's pretty intense.
Okay. So when is the best time? When can you say someone should apply? Like the application timeline or deadline
So most schools
for masters.
yeah, for masters, most schools for masters have 3 acceptance period in a physical year. So fall, winter, and summer. So you can come at either of the terms. It depends on your, you know, but ideally, because the school calendar starts from the fall. So the fall is actually September, yeah. So it starts from the fall.
September.
So for like my master's program where you had to select your courses you had to take, the fall offers probably the most courses.
Oh, okay.
So it's always best to come in the fall. But however, sometimes you don't have control over when you come.
Right. Because depending on when they also give you
Yes,
a
visa.
everything.
So
Oh, yeah,
so it's always, but fall is usually I would say the best.
okay. So you just mentioned that you have to pick out your courses, right? So does it mean for University of Regina you're the one to pick out the courses that you want to take, you know, every semester?
Yes. However, there's a guideline to what you can pick.
Absolutely.
So for master's degree, I believe you have to take 8 courses.
Every semester?
No.
Oh,
For
in total?
in total of the master's degree.
Only 8 courses?
Yeah. It's really I think 8, yes, 8.
Wait, 8 courses for 2 years?
Yes.
I'm literally just hearing this for the first time.
It's 8 courses, yeah.
So in one semester, what is the maximum number of courses you can take as an international student, masters?
I don't know if there's a maximum, but there's a level, there's an amount of courses you will take. Your course advisor would advise you to drop some.
Are you sure?
Yes, 8. That's what you take for the whole master's degree.
Yeah, but let's say for example, this is 4. Can you take all those 8 in one semester?
So technically, you might be able to, but they might not allow you to take it.
Oh, okay.
You might not be allowed. I think the most that
It's
they
not
would.
something like the masters, the minimum. Okay, it was minimum. Okay.
It's minimum. You have
Minimum
to
how
take
many
two.
credit hours?
Two.
That's
That's two.
6.
Yeah, that's 6 credit hours.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So regarding the mass number of courses, so it's a very tricky one because they would always want to check on the workload and your ability to deliver on those workload. So most often, I think you can take 4 courses a semester, but it's not realistic because
Okay.
those 4 courses are demanding. So most often they will tell you to drop 1 or 2 of them.
Okay.
I did so you have 8 classes to complete for your master's degree. However, there are 3 core classes, ethics classes you have to take.
Okay.
So which I'll say they're fairly easy classes. So so technically the ideal thing as per your studies permit is to take 6 credit hours, which is 2 classes per semester.
So that's the minimum you can take. But you can go as much as you can take maybe your remaining 4 or remaining 6. But
I don't think anybody will
they
allow
can
you to
call
take your
you back.
remaining classes. in one semester.
Exactly. So that's what I was trying to understand. Like, okay, wait. It doesn't mean that if that's the minimum I can take is 2 classes. If I decide I want to take the remaining, let's say I want to take like 4 more, add 4 more to it, just so that I can finish my program. I just want to be done maybe in like 1.5 years or something. Are they going to allow me? But from what I'm hearing you say, I don't think they're going to allow me.
It's not even this. The school will not just only tell you, like your pocket will tell you. Your body will tell you.
Yeah, your pocket. I like that one.
So you can, if you're taking 4 classes, that's like you're paying almost $15,000-$20,000 that semester. Plus your course advisor will recommend that you drop some. Will tell you to drop some, to be honest.
Okay. So let's answer this question. Somebody asked me also that can they do a master's with a 2.5?
It depends over what. So 2.5 in Nigeria, in Nigerian course system is pretty low.
That's low.
I think that's very low.
They should probably go and do like a diploma.
Once you hit something, they'll reject you.
Just go and do like a
just kidding though,
certificate program.
But like a 2.5 in over 5
is low. Over 5 is low,
It's low. It's best you probably go do a diploma.
So for the master's program, like you said, the periods of application: fall, winter, and summer. Is the spring and summer compulsory? Because for us it's optional. For undergraduates, spring and summer semester is optional. Is it the same for graduate students?
Now, whoever is, this is just my thought about it, and it's because it's been a long time. When I started my master's program, it was compulsory.
Oh.
So although you have to take a class at least. So you don't have to take the minimum of 6 credit hours. For fall and for spring, you can take part-time. That's 1 or 3 credit hours. So but now I hear now is not compulsory. But to be honest, like if you are doing a master's degree, just finish it quick and be done with it.
No, definitely. I was talking to another friend of mine, and she also said that the masters is compulsory. Like for them, summer is compulsory. They're always in school during summer.
Yeah, but I think they've changed. They've changed that requirement.
Okay, so if you're watching this video and you're a master's student in the University of Regina or I don't know any university in Canada, let us know in the comment section. Is spring and summer compulsory for master's students? So that people anybody who's watching this video can go through the comments and see that there has been a response to this question, because for him, he was done school, like it's been a while, so maybe that has probably changed. Next question. Are you guys liking this? I hope that you're getting these gems, because sometimes these graduate admission questions are too much. I